Everybody, it's the Game Colonel again with you. Thought I'd make a short tutorial this week, pretty much following up on my last one that I put out with the top 10 or the 10 what I believe is the most important websites to help you get through Elite Dangerous. A lot of people ask the question, and I certainly did, where are chemical manipulators? Now, if you see the sheet in front of me, and again, this is one of the spreadsheets I talked about last week in the last video, the chemical manipulators is a key component of increasing your FSD range through Felicity Farseer, and it is one of the hardest ones to find. Now, if you look across the spreadsheet in the area that I have highlighted, data mined wake exceptions, get a wake scanner, no problem. Keep scanning some wakes, you're going to catch those. The arsenic, go to several different planets, look on the spreadsheet. Again, some of the websites I told you about will identify certain planets that are more prone to have arsenic in higher amounts. And then magnetic emitter coils. You're going to get these through a couple of stations that will allow you to purchase them if they've got them in stock. That brings us to chemical manipulators. There's really two ways of getting these. One is a combat way. It's pretty much going to anarchy and outbreak states, going to the convoy beacons and blowing apart T9 transport vehicles. They will have chemical manipulators in various amounts. And the other way is obtaining them through combat aftermath sites. That's a recent addition to the game for about the past 5 months. It's an area where you don't have to do any combat to get these. However, they are few and far between. Some of the websites I looked at all had different answers on where you can find these and how frequent they were. Well, I'll tell you, they're not that frequent. But what I narrowed it down to today, and I wanted to put this quick video out there, was, identified it through chatting with some of my friends online through high security systems, specifically within the shipping lanes. So without further ado, let's go into one of these systems here and try to locate one of these combat zones. Okay, going to go through the AEDC private group I normally play on. Let's get this started here. I'm in my old trusty ASP. This is the one I definitely want to increase the max on the FSD so I can use it for my long distance exploration. So that's why I'm hunting in this. I've got everything else in my inventory ready to do the upgrade. I am just missing the chemical manipulators. So engines on. All right, let's get this party started.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay, as you can see, the system I chose to do it is actually Farseer's system and Deciant's system. It's democratic, but it's also a high security system. Okay, I'm going to cut down my power here. Here's the arrival star, where you'd normally come into the system. Now, if you've ever paid attention in the lower left-hand side of your screen, it says I'm in deep space right now. What you wanted that to say is shipping lane. Well, the shipping lanes are pretty much directly horizontal from the entry point at stars to the systems, the outlying systems. So I'm going to do turn and roll here, and I'm going to let's pick this system here. I'm going to target that. See, now it had changed to a shipping lane because I came down out of the deep space and I came in even on the plane with my target. I've continued to have this target. What I tend to do is slow down to about three-quarter speed and just easily cruise, waiting for some signs. One of the things you can do is change your navigation to just come up with stations, points of interest, and signal sources. Okay? That will help get rid of some of the clutter and help identify signal sources. And you're just going to cruise these shipping lanes looking for those sources. Now, it's not going to come straight out and tell you, hey, here's the combat aftermath. You're going to want to signal on it here, weapons fire detected. That is not it. So we go back targeting the planet and cruise on a bit more. I finally found a combat aftermath location just a little bit before making this video. I wanted to see if it was possible before I went out there and hung everything out in the open. So it is possible. I had to do 2 passes down the shipping lane for it to get to up here. Again, they're randomly generated but that's pretty much what I did. I got closer to the planet, and if you'll notice, when you get within the gravitational influence of any body, it just dropped down, it will take you out of the shipping lane. Convoy dispersal pattern detected. That is not what we want. So what I'm going to do, cruise up here, and we're going to do a nice easy loop back. Okay. We'll just get back in, look for the sign to change to the shipping lane, and we're going to look for the sign again. There we go, shipping lane. That means we're out of the gravitational effect, impact of any type of body. And we're just going to look for that. Now, really, speed doesn't matter. You have to be in the hyperspeed here, but you don't have to be going balls out across it because they're randomly generated. You want to go a bit slower, that's fine. Just wait for them to generate in front of you. So that's what we're going to do. Checking my screen. Nothing yet. Okay, I'm still doing the double back route. Coming back to the star. We're still in the shipping lanes. We're still pretty good. I am still looking for the signal. There we go. Let's see if we can identify the signal source. Oh, just missed it. Just missed it. Okay, we're going to double back again. And if we don't find one on these passes, we're probably going to double back and head out to another site location within the system and go back and forth on the shipping lane. It over a bit, didn't have any luck on that shipping lane. Now we're going to head to Descient 9. See if we come up with anything on this route. Now the chances of doing this, because you've got some items in your cargo bay, in preparation for doing the FSD upgrade, interdiction possibilities are higher on this because I'm right in the middle of the shipping lane. I'm heading back and forth in a straight pattern, but it's pretty easy to break. So just be aware that that will happen to you probably a couple times as you're going back and forth on the shipping lanes. You've seen I've entered deep space. I'm going to turn to try to intersect the shipping lane with the main star. Sometimes you drift off it, just got to be aware of it, just like you see what happened there. So let's cut back in. We should intersect it here shortly. Now we've headed out from the star to Descient 7. Think of the shipping lanes as pretty much the spokes on a bicycle wheel, as they radiate outwards from it. So we're going to slow it down. Oops. Convoy dispersal pattern, not that one. Okay. Back down we go. So what I was saying is just consider them like the spokes of a wheel, just radiating it out from the center. And just kind of follow those straight lines out. You'll stay within the shipping lanes. Okay, approaching Descient 7. As you can tell, influence of the gravity. We're just going to do a 180, head back towards the star. Boom. Back into the shipping lane here in a second. See if we can get anything else to pop up. Weapons fire detected. Not that one. Now this has taken me several passes through different spokes out to different planets and stations. First time I came into the system, just a little while ago, it was only on my second pass I came across one. They're out there, it just takes a little bit of work. And there we go, we finally have one. Combat aftermath detected. This came in about the 5th pass to one of the planets.